What's up, fighting fans? Today we are catching up with MMA manager Wallid Ismail. How are you, my friend?
Wonderful, wonderful. Good to be here for the Sherdog. Sherdog is the best. Every time one fighter wanna come fight jungle fight, they say, "What's your Sherdog?" This is the truth.
Yeah, that's true, man. And talking about the fighters, you finally got the deal to get Borrachinha, Paulo Costa back facing Marvin Vettori. Last time we talked was a big polemic about Cannonier and everything. And now finally Borrachinha is back facing Vettori. Yeah?
This fight is gonna be unbelievable because both hate each other. And I like Vettori. He talk a lot of shit. Borrachinha too, you know what I mean? And it's gonna be amazing, you know. These guys know how to express his feeling. And both feeling is like hate each other, you know what I mean? This is gonna be a wonderful fight. And I truly believe Paulo Costa is gonna destroy Vettori. This is what I believe, you know what I mean? This everybody from the Warriors management is like that, is everything or nothing. And the Paulo Costa, Borrachinha, the Eraser, is focused to make history again. And after that, is gonna be Adesanya. But the focus now is Vettori. Because this fight against Vettori on October 23rd is the fight most important of Paulo Costa's life. And he is focused, he's in Rio de Janeiro right now, do the pre-camp, and he's gonna be wonderful. And I truly believe he's gonna destroy Marvin Vettori.
Wallid, Cannonier is the number 3. He's going to face Kelvin Gastelum. Do you think if he beats Gastelum in a very impressive way, like a knockout in the first round or something like that, and Borrachinha wins Vettori via decision, do you think Cannonier can get the place to be the next contender in front of Borrachinha?
I don't think so. Because one thing the people know, Borrachinha hate Adesanya. You imagine how much is gonna sell Paulo Costa Adesanya 2? This is gonna be huge. Everything is gonna be the way Paulo Costa gonna fight against Vettori. If Paulo Costa gonna show everybody who he is, really is a destroyer. No, not another fight, but it's gonna be Paulo Costa and Adesanya to sell a lot of pay-per-view. You cannot compare, like nobody, everybody wanna see this fight, but the most important is the way Paulo Costa beat Vettori. This fight, Paulo Costa against Vettori, is everything or nothing. Like he goes for everything. You know what I mean? Like, don't think we think it's gonna be an easy fight. It's gonna be a war on October 23rd. Because these guys really, really hate each other. And Paulo knows he need to give a great performance.
What about Deiveson, Wallid? He lost to Brandon Moreno in the last fight, and you are pushing a lot. I see in your social media that you're pushing a lot to have the immediate revenge. But Moreno said no, he rather fight someone else. What about the UFC? Who do you think UFC will put Deiveson against?
You know, what Breno Moreno say is absurd, is unbelievable. I told in my Instagram, Breno Moreno, be a man. You're not a nice guy. You know, Breno Moreno's nice. Oh, nice. He's not a nice guy. When Davidson beat him in the first time, keep the belt. He lost 1 point, but he kept the belt. In the end of the fight, Deiveson said, "No, we're gonna give you a rematch." And when he beat Deiveson, he said, "No, this not attitude of the warrior. The warrior have honor, you know what I mean?" And UFC wanna, in my understanding, UFC before wanna put Brandon Moreno against the YouTuber Corey Garbage, because for me, Corey No Chin, Corey No Love is the YouTuber of MMA, because the guy in the last 5 fights or 6 fights lost 5, or the last 5 fights lost 4, something like that. Cannot be a top contender, but UFC wanna play him like a YouTuber. I respect that, but besides Corey YouTuber, nobody can fight Deiveson. You know what I mean? Deiveson deserved the trilogy because he gave the rematch against Brandon Moreno. Now Brandon Moreno need to be a man with honor and gave the rematch for Deiveson Figueiredo. You know what I mean? The trilogy is the most important fight ever. Everybody gave the trilogy. How you not gonna give? Also, he gonna fight another guy, gonna beat Moreno. You know what I mean? This is the time for Deiveson Figueiredo against Moreno on December. I already told UFC, the day Brandon Moreno gonna fight is the day Deiveson gonna fight. Deiveson asking me, and the Deiveson say, "I wanna Brandon Moreno. I gave the rematch to him. Now is the time to he be a man with honor and give the trilogy, give him the rematch." You know, these things he do the hard. I don't know even how to do it. This is a bullshit. He need men's up and give the rematch for Deiveson.
Wallid, you brought a lot of polemical in the last Amanda Lemos fight. Some journalists, they said Wallid should get the bonus of performance of the night. How do you answer that?
No, this is a big bullshit. I just translate what she said. The people did, for sure, I put more things what we had the conversation before. She told me what she gonna say. We have the conversation, but after the fight, she not said everything she told me gonna say, gonna speak. I speak for her. You know what I mean? Because she wanna be the champion. She wanna fight the top 5. And Dan White, the boss, called her, and he went to talk to him, and she asking him to fight a top 5, top 10 in Abu Dhabi. Now and he say yes. And now we just wait for the name. Who Amanda Lemos is gonna fight in Abu Dhabi? Because Dan White is the boss, and he recognize who work hard, who give the show in UFC. You know, the people say I love Dan White because he really have appreciation who fought with the heart and soul in UFC, who can give a show. And Amanda always give a great show in UFC. And now we're waiting for the opponent for Abu Dhabi. This is the boss, you know what I mean? And like I say in the video when I was with him, when you do the show UFC, Dan White have appreciation and support you whatever you need. Because this UFC is the size, is a more than $10 billion company. Because for sure, the Hunter, Dan White, Mick, Sean, our support the fighters who give a good show in UFC, who knock out and submit UFC, have a great spot.
Wallid, also, after your translation, I saw some journalists, probably new journalists, saying, "Who the fuck is that translator?" And I brought some pictures so you can tell a little bit yourself about your history to the new kids on the block. So let's start from the beginning when I will put the picture. That's first one.
This was when I arrived from Rio de Janeiro with 15 years old. Even I have had in hair in this time. I mean, the
you
corner here. And,
yeah
I challenge everybody. I wanna be. I believe no holds bar is gonna be one of the biggest sport in the world. The people not remember that I bring back the no holds bar today MMA back to Brazil after almost 10 years. I went to the journal. You have the journal.
yeah I have the
I
journal here.
challenge. I challenge everybody in the newspaper. You guys need to understand. I challenge everybody in newspaper to show the jiu-jitsu is the best mixed martial arts. And the luta libre accept. And we make a big show on Global TV, like CBS, like ABC in America. And it was the big explosion of no holds bar. Was me
That's the
against
moment you
Eugênio.
headbutt Eugenio Tadeu. You headbutt
Yeah,
Eugenio
on
Tadeu.
this time have no gloves, you can headbutt, you can do everything. It's a no holds bar. You know what I mean? As a fighter, I bring back to Brazil in 1991. You understand? And after 2 years, this after win, the Jiu-Jitsu beat Luta Livre.
It
After
was a
two
big
years was
revolution in Brazil, Valide. Everybody started to train jiu-jitsu. It was like a big revolution. Rede Globo
no,
broadcasting that live to all over Brazil.
it was crazy because it was network TV. This was the
This
challenge.
it's the first time I
No,
saw Vale Tudo in the
this was
newspaper.
after the fight. Yes,
Yeah.
you
Jiu-jitsu
can do like,
defeats Luta Livre.
yeah, Jiu-Jitsu defeat Luta Livre. This was in every newspaper, in the biggest network TV in Brazil. Was the big explosion for the people, the new kids on the block, the new journalists. Understand? This fight was in the Gracie Action 2. That was the base of the business plan for UFC. You know how
Yeah,
big, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like this fight helped to create UFC. You know what I mean? This
for
is
sure.
amazing. This is amazing. How can if the people don't know who I am, is don't know about MMA, don't know about sport. Sorry.
And in the sequence, you did a very important fight for yourself against Renzo Gracie.
This fight,
Also, but it was a jiu-jitsu challenge right after.
1 hour jiu-jitsu,
Uh-huh.
1 hour. This
Yeah.
challenge was, everybody say was fight of the decade. The fight of the decade, 1 hour of fight. And I beat Renzo, a very interesting history. Renzo was Brazilian champion on the 73 kilogram category, and I was in this category, 73. But I know we're gonna make this challenge to see who is the best. I fought 79. I moved one category up just to not fight Renzo in the first Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu championship. The Jiu-Jitsu, the like Brazilian championship. And the Renzo was champion in the 73. I was the champion, Brazilian champion on 79. And after that, have all the fight between the Grace family. I always stay with my master, Carson Grace, even the last his day of his life. I have the honor to have the black belt with Carson Grace Jr. He's like my brother, you know what I mean? But we fight against another side of the family. And I beat Renzo 1 hour. 1 hour the fight was 1 hour of the fight, and I beat him, I think it was 9-0. You know what I mean? This was considered the fight of the decade. Decade.
Yeah, exactly. And you're talking about Carson and you. There's a nice shot here. Let's.
Yeah, this is a Carson Gracie team. When you
Uh-huh.
arrive in the United States, the people need to understand. We help to develop Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Carson Gracie Jiu-Jitsu in the United States. You know what I mean? Carson was like my second father. He always
Yeah.
stay in my corner in all my big fights. You know, Carson Gracie, he was my second father. You know what I mean? Even we have fight between the another side of the family, but always I defend Carson Gracie. For
And
me,
I have
was
also
a bad.
I have some picture here when you make your debut right after you go to LA with Vitor Belfort and everybody else to train with Carson. You did your debut in UFC. You and Vitor Belfort in the same night. He fought
Yes,
the tournament, and you fought the 90 kilos tournament,
yes,
and you fought the guy by your side, Takahashi. Huh?
yes. This
Yes.
was very interesting. You know, I always make history in everything which I did in this sport. In this fight, Takahashi hold the fence. He stay all the fight. I try to pull him out of the fence. I try to pull him like was crazy, and he not get out of the fence, hold the fence to not go to the ground. He was much bigger because if today I gonna fight once 66 kilogram. You know what I mean? In this time was 93 kilogram. You know what I
and
mean?
I
Even
and I,
today, because
and I
I'm
have
short.
a very nice shot that was in the when we came back to the airplane. We got the UFC had to land the airplane to go from New York, where the MMA was prohibited, to the south in Birmingham, Alabama.
Yes,
And that was the moment when you came into the airplane again, when you're returning. We were returning to New York, and Una is making the translation to Art Davie and Big John McCarthy. A very tense moment, and you were complaining a lot about Takahashi holding the fence. And when I talked to Big John once, and he said after Fabio Gurgel and then Valide, we had to change the rules and prohibit the fighters to hold the fence.
yeah, this is amazing. You know, I am as a fighter help to put more rules in in UFC because it was crazy. You can hold the defense, cannot go to the ground. But the evolution of the sport is amazing. I'm happy to be one of the guys help to change the rules because after that you cannot hold more defense after this fight, after
Yeah, and
the
after
show.
UFC, you also fought in Pride and
Yes,
IVC, uh, and you fought three times in Pride. You fight in IVC, which was the bloodiest event in the world. This is
yes.
Joil de Oliveira in IVC, and also I have
Headbutt,
you and
everything.
Akira Shoji in Pride 4.
Yes, yes. All the fights, no, I'm happy, man. I'm the happiest guy in the world because today I supposed to fight 66 kilogram. I fight 93. You imagine that? Because don't have a weight limit in the time, in this time, in the no whole no holds bar in the MMA. Like two weight classes, to 93 and the heavyweight. This is crazy.
This is crazy. And right after that, when you lost in Pride, you fought Royce Gracie. Was one of the most important fight of your career. This is the moment in Carson Gracie Academy. You and Carson, the whole team in the interest of the academy, and then you went to fight Royce Gracie in Copacabana, in a very big arena in the
No,
beach
this
of
was amazing.
Copacabana.
The 10,000 people. The fight supposed to start 8 p.m. 3 p.m. The arena is full, packed. Nobody can get in, and we are supposed to fight. We fought no time limit, no point. Or you give up your submission, and I choked him out, and it was historic fight. This, for many people, was the most important jiu-jitsu fight ever. And this, after the fight, was amazing. Like, I shocked the world because Royce was 3 times UFC champion. And they choke him out. Look, he's unconscious, he sleep, you know what I mean? Like, it choke him out and he pass out. Was amazing. This victory is the history of jiu-jitsu. But I want to remember, I always defend Carson Gracie. This was a rival between the family, and I always defend Carson Gracie and stay in his side all my life. And
And
he
then
stay and he me support me all his life.
when you retired, you met Anthony Nock in the airplane, and you guys decided to make the jungle. Whenever they ask me what is the craziest, you're covering MMA for 30 years, what are the craziest events you ever covered? I have to say Jungle Fight 1 in the middle of Amazon forest, and U Tower. It was 60 kilometers from Manaus, in the middle of the forest. It was crazy, Valid. And in
No,
that
this was
Jungle One,
amazing.
you brought you see, like 200 guys to the middle of the forest. Remember about that event?
Jacaré fought in this event. Now this week, Jacaré make the retirement. You know what I mean? This is amazing. You know what I mean? He debuted in Jungle Fight. Lyoto Machida fought against Stephen Bono. You know what I mean? I'm happy to put more than 100 guys in UFC because the UFC is the World Cup. And I say, Jungle Fight is the Libertadores da América. You know what I mean? Because the people love soccer in Brazil. I always compare like that. But I did more things for the sport. Pro Elite was my business plan, and I put family fight on TV in America. I went to Ken Rushman on the time he was the general manager of Showtime, and I told Ken Rushman, hey, you need to put family fight in our show.
Female, né? Female, yeah.
Female fight in our show.
Thanks, Valide.
Thank you, guys.